Perhaps the most notorious of insects are the so-called killer bees. On July 8, 1994, 50,000 of these Africanized killer bees attacked a Rio de Janeiro subway station. One person was killed. 100 were injured.
Tentei correr, gente, mas não dava. Elas atacaram meu neto, eu tentava salvar meu neto, eu gritava, todo mundo correndo.
The bees have been on a steady northward flight since first escaping from a research station in the Amazon in 1956. Identical in appearance to the European honeybees we all know, these Africanized bees are much more protective of their nests.
When you disturb a colony of Africanized bees, they will sometimes go out several city blocks. So it's not unusual to have several different dogs in the neighborhood get stung. And several different people getting attacked, sure.
Peoria, Arizona may represent the bees' first major foothold in the United States. The bees arrived in early 1992, and it didn't take long for them to become a public menace. In October 1993, John Musselman and his wife Gina became the target of a vicious swarm. It all started with strange sounds coming from the walls of their house.
I basically would hear this like humming or buzzing noise, and I wasn't really sure where it was coming from. And I would go look outside the window. We have honeysuckle bushes out in front, and you'd see 5 or 6 bees flying around, so I thought, no big deal.
But within a few days, it became a very big deal. Thinking they were ordinary honeybees, the Musselmans contacted an amateur beekeeper to come collect them. But the closer the keeper got to the hive, the more defensive the bees became. After a few minutes, John realized he was in serious trouble.
He was covered with bees, and he said, look, I can't do this, I have to go. So he left, and that's when the bees went irate.
Soon the bees were swarming everywhere.
I was very concerned that there might be children or something in these backyards. That's when I called 911. I had asked the operator if she could have a policeman come out here and just over his intercom tell everyone to get inside the house. She said they don't do that. They've never responded to a bee incident. I heard the dog, Baron, the dog behind us. It was like a wild horse in a corral. He was like trying to get out of there, and I felt so bad for him.
Baron's owner, Natalie Lesberg, also heard the dog's cries.
And as soon as I opened up the glass door, they all came forward, so I couldn't get outside.
Meanwhile, John was also struggling to save Baron. Tortured by the dog's cries, he threw together a makeshift bee suit and made his way across the backyard. But by the time he got there, Baron was dead, the victim of more than 2,500 stings to the mouth and lungs.
After everything was said and done, we came out, and there was blood all along the back of the house and on the walls over on the other side where Baron had scraped his face trying to get the bees off.
Altogether, 3 dogs died in the attack. These bees were exterminated, but other bees are heading north, and there are millions of other stucco homes where they can hide. But there are precautions that can be taken.
What you need to do to prevent this is to walk around your house, look for all the places where holes might be, and then if you see bees flying in and out of a hole, call a professional. Have them taken care of.